Hello chaps and chapettes, and welcome to another Double Back Monthly. This one's for February 2017. This video is primarily set up for my Patreons. This gives me a chance to say thank you to them, and it also gives me a chance to do a draw for all of those that have participated in the Patreon. A free prize draw. Woo! You can still watch this video even if you're not a Patreon, but if you want to go and check out my site, the links are in the notes and at the end of the video. Also in this video I will be doing an abbreviated review of all the games that I've reviewed in February, and I will also be doing a section on first impressions or maybe last impressions of games before going into a question time spot where I will be talking about the promotions involved in my Patreon. I was going to say Kickstarter there. I don't know why I got Kickstarter in my head. It's like slang word. It's like, get out, get out. Hello wife, how's the Kickstarter? Yeah, they're doing good. Anywho, and then I will do the prize draw at the end of the video. So check the show notes. If there's anything that you want to jump to, you can do. I've written down the time, so you can just go click on it and it'll jump straight to it. So without me babbling anymore, because I'm a babbler, let's move on to, yeah. So here is a quick overview of the games that I reviewed in February, and if you want to, you can click on the video itself and go and see the whole the whole version of the video, and you can see how the game plays and get my review at the same time. And you're gonna have to excuse me because I've got a copy of Mastermind digging in my back. First up we have For Sale. For Sale is a card game with some money tokens, and in it people are buying properties by bidding, and then after all the houses have been bought up, you'll be selling these houses on, and you'll be trying to make the most money as possible. And this is kind of like a trick-taking game. It's the player who plays the most highest value house that will win the chance to take the highest value check. The game is very quick. It plays brilliantly with lots of players, so maximum player count for this is perfect. 4 players, around the 4 player mark is ideal, and it plays relatively quickly, and it's one of those games that you will play once and then you want to play it immediately again. Really light, really fun, very old game as well, but it has withstood the test of time, and I like this game, and I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, I had to check my notes. I forgot. Next up is Ice Cool, which is a dexterity game where you're going to be flicking penguins around a 3-dimensional board, so to speak. The game is asymmetrical. There's one player that is going to be playing a catcher who has to catch all the other naughty penguins which are running around the school trying to eat fish, and then play will pass to other players, so everyone gets a chance to be the catcher. It's a dexterity game. You're flicking a penguin, so there's some skill involved. These weebles are really nice. They wobble, but they don't fall down, and you can spin them. You can make them jump over walls. There's not a myriad of things you can do with them, but there's quite a lot of things you can do with them. It is a fun, light dexterity game. If you're into dexterity games, it's very, very much aimed at the younger generation. Our children. My daughter loves playing this. She'll set it up without me even being in the room. And again, I have to cheat and look at my notes and say that I gave this a 7 out of 10. Then we have Tobago, or Tobago, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off, which is a treasure hunting game. It's a kind of reverse deduction game where the treasures could be anywhere on an island, and players are trying to eliminate all the possibilities of where it is down to one point, and then it's a race to get there, dig up the treasure, and that gives you points at the end of the game. There's lots of lovely little twists in the game, like the medallions which appear, which will give you the possibility to have an extra go, or an extra go after that extra go. And then there's the board itself. It's a beautiful board. It has these really nice pieces. The statuettes are gorgeous, the trees are nice, it's all well put together, it plays nicely, it's not too long, it is a very thinky game, but it is at the same time very enjoyable and family friendly, kind of entry level. I love this game. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. This game is so much fun. It's definitely my cup of tea. I will jump at any chance to play this because it uses enough logic to warrant replayability. So that's Tobago. And finally, I reviewed King and Assassins, which is a 2-player only board game. Again, asymmetrical. There's one player that plays the king and all his guards, and all he's got to do is make it home safely without the angry crowds attacking him. Yes, the other player plays the angry crowds, and hidden in the angry crowds are 3 assassins, and they got to try and kill the king. The game is back and forth. The game is very, very deductive heavy. You're trying to deduce, he moved that character. Why did he move that character there? Is that an assassin? It's very, very fun. It's very replayable. You will play it twice. You will play it on either side at least once. Really enjoyable game. It's just a shame there's not more to it, because you'll play it and then afterwards you put it away and then it might come out again. I like this game and I gave it an 8.5. I'm a cheater. I cheat. This is the only time you're going to catch me cheating. And also this month, managed to do a Berkey and Badger Board Game Babble show with my friend Kevin Burkhardt-Smire. And the show was called Gamer Glut, where we talked about this glut of games and the way that we as gamers like to hoard stuff for some unknown reason. We have a good old discussion. We talk about games that we've played, first impressions, last impressions, and things like that. So you might want to go and check that out. And talking of first impressions, so this is my first impressions section. This is where I'll talk about the games that I played over the course of February for the first time, and I give you a quick rough overview and then tell you whether it was my cup of tea or whether it was a cup of pee, or maybe a glass of water in the middle. So yeah, sounds good, doesn't it? First game is called Beyond Baker Street by my buddy Robin Lees and his friend Steve McKenzie. This is, without a doubt, a kind of Hanabi game where you have a card of hands or a hand of cards. You have a hand of cards, but you're not allowed to look at them, but you display them for everybody else to see, and people will be giving clues to what those cards are in a restricted fashion. Players are working together to try and either say that this person was the killer or not the killer, and this was the item that they used, or it wasn't the item they used, by doing this system. Now, I found the game a tad harder. It just felt like it tweaked Hanabi and made it a little bit more Brainiac-ish, because again, there's this timer aspect where you're racing against Sherlock Holmes, and on top of that, there's player powers. We didn't play with the player powers, but yeah, they kind of either help you or hinder you, depending on the kind of level that you want. It is interesting. This I can see sliding up and pushing Hanabi out of one of its good spots. So at the moment it's a glass of water, but I can see it sliding up to be my cup of tea. Next up is a game called Congo, which I played at The Alchemist, which is my local game store, while they were having their 10th anniversary. Yes, there's a game store here in France which is 10 years old. Woohoo! Cool, huh? So yeah, I got to play Congo, which is a minis game. Not really my thing, minis, but I thought, you know, have a go. I've got lots of friends at The Alchemist as well, so you can't say no when a friend says, let's play this. So Congo is a minis game, and it's set in kind of the Congo, so to speak. I played a scenario where I had a tribe and a princess, and my opponent had a tribe and a princess, and the object of the game was to capture the other princess and go back to your village. Now, this is a minis game which involves terrain, and we played on like a 2-meter square terrain, and it was all built and all gorgeous and everything, and it looked lovely. So it's probably quite an expensive game, and you've got to be passionate about this. And the system was very simple. To move, you'd have your units, and you just choose one of your members of your unit, you put a slide marker in front of it, and then move them there, and then all the rest of the group move with it. Very, very simple. Combat was very simple dice combat system, which you could negate you know, if you were being attacked, you could either defend or you could take a risk and pull out these tokens from a bag. It was interesting, but obviously not my cup of tea, because minis games are a little kind of for me. Although I do love Heroescape, which is a minis game, but I don't know about it. There's something about it which just goes wow. So yeah, if you're into minis, I'd definitely check it out because it looks gorgeous, and there's some nice little role-playing ideas in there as well. So that's Congo that I played. And last but not least, this thing called Havoc Cry Havoc, which is a territory control game where each player will have a faction, and each faction feels very different, and you are just trying to take control of this land. It's kind of like, let's say, Avatar. You know, the humans come in to take all the resources out of the ground. This is the same thing. You've got these different tribes, you've got these mechs, these mythics, and these humans. They've come to take the territory. The gameplay is very, very quick. The game just zooms along at a pace because actions are very, very quick. You have a hand of cards, and you can do the actions on the cards. So you can use 3 cards to move or 2 cards to build something. They also have powers on these cards which you can use in combat, and there's a very ingenious combat system where the troops involved, you'll space them on this 3-tier kind of like rock paper scissor thing, and you go through them in order to see who wins territory, who kills who, and if any prisoners have been captured. It is very, very interesting system. But for me, the game at the moment just goes too fast. There's not enough time to build. It's just, you're thrown in and you've got to run down the hill and chase the cheese, and if you can catch it, and maybe that person catches it. But it's a territory control game which is really, really fast. It's faster than Scythe. Therefore, I prefer playing Scythe to this at the moment, because Scythe lets you build an engine, but this, you don't have time to build an engine. It's a case of you've got to just build stuff and go and do this and do that. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's my cup of water at the moment, a glass of water even. Yeah, so there you go, first impressions. What do you think? Do you like these games? Do you hate these games? Are they your cup of tea? Would you drink a cup of tea? No, that's probably why I labelled it cup of tea. Yeah. Let's move on. Next section. What I want to talk to you about is the promotions that I have on offer for you. So you're not just pledging money to me willy-nilly. There's a little something that you can get out of it as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to the table, and I'm going to show you some of these products that I will send you in the post if you send me a bit of wonga. And that way I can buy a new camera, because this one needs replacing, because this is good for close-ups and photos, but that's it. It's slowly breaking down because it's equipment that you use every day that you film, and equipment gets broken. And I want to replace this camera because it's great at long fish-eye shots and great microphone sound, but that's it. I can't zoom in on a mini and make it look really good like that. And that was great, doesn't it? So let's go to the table and I'll show you these promos that I have that you could get your hands on. So this is what you'll get in promo pack 1. You'll get these sets of cards. I'll start at the top left here. This is a small, as you can see, plastic covered deck of about 4 or 5 cards there for the game The Hare and the Tortoise by Tales and Games. Well, not Tales and Games, it's Tales and Games The Hare and the Tortoise, and that's by Purple Brain in yellow. Here we have a card for Cash and Guns, the 2nd edition. This weird card is for the game Sandwich. And over here we have a card, a bonus card, a destroyer for the game Titanium Wars. Moving down here we have the City of Horror. This is a lawnmower, which is pretty good for mowing down zombies. Next to that we have the Messer in Essen. This card, as you can guess, yeah, by the artwork, it's 7 Wonders. Jewel, methinks. And over here we have 2 more cards for 7 Wonders as well. So you'll get all this in promo pack 1. This is the big promo pack 2, and I must warn you in advance that it does have some French promos in here only. But as you'll see, we go down to this sandwich promo card. We have this character for the game CV. We have a promo for the Big Book of Madness, and as I said, it is in French, so if you're good at reading French, then you'll be able to use this. Up here we have a Looney Quest demonstration kit, which is basically a pen and another map for you to add to your game. We have this beer map for Taverna. Wow. We have this game called Sam La Pagiala. It's a little mini game there, again in French. We have The Village. Oh, this one's in German. The little bonus promos pack there. And we have another Blackmailer. This is for Cash and Guns 2. We have this dude, special card for the game Masquerade, and we have a extra bonus tile here, which is a golden potato for yeah, my French is terrible. So there you go. That's promo pack 2. This is promo pack 3. You'll get this pack of Goons cards for the game New York 1901, which I love playing this game. It lets you change the game a bit. And then you'll get these special deck of cards here for the game Colt Express. They don't do anything special, they're just slightly different artwork on them. So that's promo pack number 3. I also have a selection of t-shirts to give away as well. These are all clean, don't worry, these haven't been used. We have some Splendor t-shirts, we have a Blackfleet t-shirt, and we have some Cthulhu War t-shirts in 4 different colors. There you go, that's the t-shirts, check them out. If you wish to buy more than one, then contact me, and what I'll do is we'll negotiate a price, because it's a lot easier to package, say 2 or 3 t-shirts together and post it. So it'll make it a little bit of a smaller pledge for you. There is also a map pack for the game Captain Sonar. This is the Chicago map pack, and as you can see, there's quite a few maps in there. If that interests you, and you like Captain Sonar, then maybe I can tempt you with one of these. And last but not least, I have a selection of zombie side characters that you could take away with you. Again, if there's more than one that you'd like to do, because the Patreon says that you take one character for a certain level. If there's more that you want, just drop me a note and we will negotiate a pledge price for you. And I'd be remiss without saying that there's another pledge level where you can get 2 of my CDs. Yes, I have Last Night here, which is a soundtrack for all your horror games, and I have Ominous, which is a composition that I'm very proud of. Kind of a mix between Jean-Michel Jarre and Mike Oldfield, if you're into that kind of thing. I will sign these and send them to you as well. So there you go, that's my Patreon. If you would like to help out by donating, that's just some of the things that you could get back in return. Obviously, just anything that you can do, even if it's just like one of my videos and regularly subscribe, those things are well appreciated. But if you're into promos and getting stuff for donations, then that's what I have for you on offer. So check out my Patreon, and also don't forget there's a raffle with my Patreon. So any level over the $5 will go into a raffle to win a digital copy of Last Night, which is digital. Beam me up, Scotty. Yes. So there you go. Moving right along. And now we've reached that part of the video where we have tea and cake. Woo! And I'm lucky. So, fruitcake. I haven't had fruitcake for a long time. It's normally quite hard to get here in France. It's normally quite expensive. I mean, this one was like €4 nearly, but it was on special price because it was going out of date. That's nice. Cheers. Oh, you're right, actually. Yeah, I should be doing the raffle, the giveaway. Yes. Sorry. This is the part of the video where I give away a free digital copy to a Patreon who has backed at the $5 or more, because that's what we do here. Okay, I've got names in a hat. I'm gonna pull one out, and that name is gonna be the lucky winner of the copy. And there it is. I've run out of things to talk, so I thought I'd pull the name out the hat. And the name is Olivia. Well done, mate. You have won yourself a copy of Last Night. I will get that in the post to you tomorrow, and if you have pledged at any of my promos, I will get them in the post tomorrow as well for you, so it should be coming soon. So there you go, there's another video, there's another hat, and I need some more of these cakes, nice. So I hope you've enjoyed, and thank you for all your support. So thank you, Kevin, thank you, David, thank you, Elephant Girl, and of course, Olivier. Thank you. And I will see you next time with some more reviews and some more stuff. So until then, play nice with each other. Ciao for now. Nice. Just sitting at the table next to Felicia would be quite nice. Wouldn't it be good? I got some board games, I don't know how many. Just like that you want, it's beer and board games.